I would just say build a better deck.
Oh, good for you! Okay, kill him!
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out!
Hello, boobies.
Ooh, welcome to the second round of the CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
All right, so we are doing a redo, I guess, of last night's episode. But
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Last night, before everything went bad, it was probably one of the best episodes we've ever had.
oh, why is that? Because I wasn't on camera? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I feel bad for everybody that was not there live, and you're not going to be able to hear it because we got to redo it.
Yeah.
I am just sorry. It was amazing work by you, especially
Right,
by you.
right. Yeah, my not on the camera, just a picture of me. But hey,
And-
this
oh, I thought you were just a statue
Oh, yeah.
or a mime. I don't know.
This kind of works out though, because we do have a secret layer to talk about, because we got a April Fool's surprise secret layer that we got to discuss here. And then what else are we doing for episode 370? For those of you that were on last night, we're getting a repeat of the first deck here. So Larry,
All
what
right,
tell what we're doing
So
there?
we're going to go over the 5 precons and just talk about, are they worth it? Some of the new cards. And then we'll talk about some of the upgrades and unlimited upgrades, budget
Mr.
and unlimited.
Yeah. So since we got a freaking stacked episode here, let's get the tags in. We got, because it was already big without the secret layer that we got surprised dumped on.
Really
here.
big show.
Really. What is that from?
Conan, hopefully.
Oh, is that coded? Is that coded?
We have a really big show today. Man, I mean, when he's being a smartass about it, maybe he's pulling it from somewhere. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't remember.
I loved that bit, the year 2000. Okay, so really quick, there's a bunch of ways you guys can follow us and all that stuff. But really, I do want to get this out here because I said it yesterday and I'm saying it again. So some people are going to hear this for the first time. Camera lighting, but you're looking great. Oh, thank you.
You're looking
Cole.
great
Yeah,
compared to
because
yesterday.
Yesterday, I was just a picture. So, okay. So my boys watch these TikTok videos, or not TikTok. It's like YouTube shorts. They watch the whatever videos, and what the videos are. I know you've already heard this story, but I'm doing it again. Yeah, you're backing away. So they like watch a video that might be on earthquakes or tsunamis or something. But then at the very end of the video, how they rope kids into this is they go, hey, if you like Messi, give this a like. If you like Ronaldo, give it a thumbs up. So we're going to do the same thing because it doesn't make sense at all. But we're going to do this just to kind of get you guys to hit the like button for us. So everybody likes Lowry. So we're going to make it a little more difficult for you guys to get Lowry the vote. So if you like this, if you like me, give this video a thumbs up. A like. If you like Lowry, you have to make a comment with a smiley face or a heart face. That's the thing.
No, it's a hashtag Team Forest Walk. And so, I mean, we got Cole. He's done it a couple times already. I get it. And every time you do it, Cole, that counts.
Get the fuck out!
Get the fuck out, Cole. So yeah, that is just if you hit the button to watch this video, hit the button, the like button. That gets me votes, and then maybe throw in a comment if you want in there. So for those of you just listening, go jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel and do both of those things and cast your vote.
Do they explain it like this in your children's videos as well?
No,
or
it's just this random.
they are just straight up checking, like tricking them.
Yes,
we
it's right at the end. It has nothing to do with the video. It's like, all right, we're just gonna throw this out. We're like, hey, if you like,
we are part of this video, so this does have something.
Hey,
you need to do something a little bit more
RoboCop earns us
tangential.
for life. We got Mr. Whittam. I think that who is that one? Mr. Whittam. That isn't okay. See, I keep hearing pops. So what happened yesterday, by the way, is I heard a pop and everything just went silent. And Lowry couldn't hear me. And Lowry kept doing his deck tech stuff. And I was like, Lowry. And I think the whole stream, no one could hear anything. So if that happens again until we get this, I don't know what happened there. It will be just a quick pause. So I have to shut down the Streamlabs and pull it back up again. So just if you're watching live and you want to jump on, it'll be back up within a couple minutes. Get out of here with the Team Forest Walk, Sal. Get out of here.
I see the two
Get
that are
the fuck
hashtag
out!
Urzus for life,
Yeah. No,
but those don't
they
count.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
You have to hit the
I-
like. You don't
I
get
have to-
the
I have to-
hashtag
I have to
you
get-
4L.
I have to get more advantages.
It means nothing. So
yeah. Okay. So that is the best way to support us is subscribe to the channel, give it a like, give it a Urzus for life, give it a Team Forest Walk. That's a free way to support us. Financially, the way you guys can support us is jump on basically our X and Blue Sky at this point. You jump on our Discord. $1 gets you into the Discord. That's what we use. We don't tweet. We don't X. We don't Blue Sky. That's what we do. We do it on Discord. So $1. That's all it is. $1. And then, I mean, I know everything else is free, but at this point, it's
and if we had X or Blue Sky, we would have posted about the Deadpool secret lair.
oh,
But
look at that.
we just posted it to our Discord because we have no other way to
Right,
communicate
exactly.
with people.
And then the Discord,
Thusly, join the
there was
Discord,
probably like
and you would have
4
known
4 or 5 people
as soon as we did.
on the Discord that were like, I didn't even know this was going on. Well, all of us didn't, but they're like,
None of
I
us,
saw the
yeah.
Discord blowing up, and so I checked it out, and I was like, holy shit, okay, I got my Deadpools and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool with that. So join the Discord. That's a big thing. Just $1. It's $1 a month. It's $12 a year. That's nothing. That's selling one magic card out of your bundle that you already have a duplicate of. So, but if you wanted to get like bonuses and stuff, you could get proxies. Like, look at this. We're going to do a theme here because we're going to be talking about Deadpool. This is a foil proxy I made with Iron Man there in the comic book art. And maybe I'll do one with Deadpool as well. But that's a foil proxy you can get. So when you move up in the tiers and all that stuff, that gets you that. So $5 or more gets you into that. Another way you guys can support us, Lowry, show off that mug. Did you just use that red mug? You got the red mug there, right? We have that on my
It's a
eBay
Yeti.
account, so you guys can check out that by clicking the link in the description below. It is a Yeti, 32 ounces. It fits 2 beers in there, regular beers or pops or whatever you want to put in there, or as the giant beers, it fits in there perfectly. We also have metal tokens, and we'll have some more Commander Smith merch that'll pop up there. So that is another way you guys can support us. And then financially, well, this isn't really, we just have the raffle going. The raffle, we need to move this because I have another raffle I want to get up there that I think people will enjoy. I mean, this is a good one. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm showing you the thing on there, but it's a foil chrome mox right there. So that once we hit 140, we will draw a name. Every $1 that you enter in is one chance to win. So if you enter if you put $20 down, you get 20 chances to win out of 140. It's pretty good odds. And then once we hit that, Lowry and I will take a MALORT shot. So that's the financial ways to support us, the free ways to support us. And then if you need to get a hold of us, get on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. All right, that is done there. Let's get to our secret lair, buddy. And hit this button. It's a secret. Okay, so we got a surprise today. We knew that there was going to be something with secret lair stuff. When was that? Was that 2 years ago?
When they did all the bad cards?
Yeah.
It was a while.
Urzus for life. There's another one. We got another one there.
It does not matter.
But yeah, we got hit with this one today, right?
Yeah, Stormcrow, Mudhole, like all the worst cards in Magic
That are really expensive because no one thought it was real.
Right. Well, even if we didn't think it was real, I
They're just bad.
did not want to buy it anyway. But this
This-
Deadpool on your secret layer cards, you
It's
got
ridiculous.
some awesome stuff.
But I gotta tell the story really quick of the Discord.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the first person to post this was Mr. Anderson, and he posted it. Let me backtrack. Mr. Anderson yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, was like, "Hey
It was
everybody,
yesterday, yeah.
be ready for tomorrow. April Fools. People always I hate April Fool's Day. Blah 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 blah. I always end up getting fooled." And he was the first one to post this, and I responded right away. I was like, "Oh damn, I wish that was real. That would have been. It's a ridiculously good drop if it was a real drop." And he's like, "Oh shit, I got done today. Forgot it was April Fools." And I was like, laughed and laughed, made fun of him a little bit. But the secret layer site was down until 5 minutes before they normally go up at 11 o'clock Central Time, and it popped up, and it was fucking it was Deadpool. I was like, I did the whole GIF where you were right, I was wrong. You're very good looking. I'm very unattractive. Sorry, Mr. Anderson. You were right. We were wrong. Okay, so let's get to it. There is 2 of them. They upped it a little bit. We got $10 for each of these. Really quick, if you're watching this right now, there is a low stock warning on the non-foils, and it might be because the price tag's a little bit higher.
But $40 for the non-foils, $50 for the foils.
So we'll just pull up the foils just to kind of look at them. But Lowry, why don't you, as long as you can see them.
There is
There we go.
one new card out of this, and it's Deadpool trading card. 2 and a black and a red for a 5/3 mutant mercenary hero. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange its text box with another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life, and then you can pay 3, sacrifice this creature. Each other player draws a card. And so,
Sal,
this is interesting.
really quick, Sal, there is a link down below that you can donate live on the live chat if you check that out. Yeah, this feels like an uncard, doesn't it? Like
A bit, yeah.
because it's like, how do you? I mean, people, we have the infinity token stuff. It's easy to change things now these days a little bit. But I think this is kind of cool. This is like, hey, let's get rid of the problem that's on the board, but it doesn't really get rid of the problem. You get to be the problem.
You get the problem. Yep.
But the only way that they can get rid of their creature, and like if it's their commander, is they gotta tap 3 and make everybody else draw. Like this is kind of fantastic. I like this ability. I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, it feels uncardy, but it's doable. It's doable, right?
Right. I don't know how I would do it. I would probably just switch cards anyway. Like it was like a switcheroo theft type thing until somebody, then once things happen,
Yeah.
then you got to worry about it a little bit. But yeah, I like that you can basically steal somebody's commander and then they're taking 3 life and everybody's drawing cards if they sack it. Like, that's really cool. I like that it's in red black, kind of, chaotic.
Yeah.
I think it's a good Deadpool card.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool and interesting.
I don't know. I mean, you build a deck around it, but I don't know how you build a deck around it. Like, you aren't going to have a theme necessarily. It's just going to be Deadpool. And the cool thing is he's only 4. So,
Yeah.
he gets killed or whatever you take, maybe you keep it out for a long time, but you could do this multiple times if you get rid of whatever you take or whatever. So, yeah, I dig this. I think it's a lot of fun. So, okay, let's talk about some of the reprints here. These are fucking good reprints, man. So,
Yeah.
Really quick, since we're just breaking down one of these, I think this in non-foil, when we talk about breakpoints and stuff like that, it's 10 to 16 months of maturity. The last Marvel drop, all those are already at the price above the price that I had picked out or predicted for those. So I think this is going to be a $30 non-foil, if not higher, and a $40 foil, if not higher. And when I looked at Storm and the other ones, they're $40 plus at this point just for the singles. So that Deadpool in himself almost pays for the entire drop just because it's a new card and you can't get it anywhere else. So this is the spot. All right, so let's see what our reprints are. This is a good one.
You got Deadly Rollick, which is the free exile targeting with you got Cable on the front of it as well, with riding a unicorn. Like, it's wild.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
And Deadly Rollick, and I can say I just sold a foil etched one for Tad actually for $75. So I'm not saying that's where this one's going to be. I actually probably priced it around what the drops are, so 40 and 50. But it's a highly used card. Playing stuff for free. It's always nice in exiling a creature. So, and it's Deadpool. Like this is why it might go higher. Everything that I'm putting here that I feel like is a base price. But again, when these all flood the market, the prices are going to drop. So if you don't end up buying this, you could probably pick off singles for a little bit cheaper for a few months. But yeah, okay, next one.
Yeah, Saw in Half, where Deadpool's just laying there getting sawed in half.
Yeah, this is
perfect.
Yep, fits perfect. 15 to 20 on this one, foil, non-foil. Saw in Half, we liked that when it was in the Unfinity set. It's a great way to multiply your commanders or your your creatures, because you won't be able to do the commanders because it still has the legendary stuff. But if you have a creature and you want 2 of those, you can do that, and you can do it in a response to somebody trying to kill your thing. There's a lot of things you could do with this. You can use it on your stuff. You can protect your things from people attacking you. It stops their attack because you're destroying their creature. So I think this one's kind of a cool one, but this is probably the lowest of the drop because then we got these suckers here, these highly, highly used commander cards.
You got Blasphemous Act, which is Deadpool on the moon,
snapping those fingers,
Thanos snapping the earth away. Like, pretty cool. You got the background of the lunar landing
right there. These are just in a lounge chair. I think Blasphemous, man, this could be 30, 40 bucks for this guy, I think.
Because the movie poster one is
exactly
$20-$30, right?
Yep, $30 for the non-foil. It's 28 for the non-foil and over 40 for the foil. So yeah, that's a good comparison there. And then lastly, another highly I love this. This might be my favorite art of all of these here.
Vandal Blast.
Yeah, Vandal Blast here. And he's it looks like he's farting away, but I know he's using the gun or the whatever blowtorch. But there's a Black Lotus there. Like, that's so sweet that he's just burning up a Black Lotus. It's fantastic. But yeah, Vandal Blast, I think, about a $20-$30 card for that one. All these are highly used cards. I mean, Saw in Half isn't as used as much because it started in the Infinity stuff. But I think that's a great card as well. So
yeah, overall, I mean, it did just get a reprint in the Bloomborough Precons as well.
Yeah, but overall, man, I mean, you can't go wrong with non-foil or foil in this. I mean, I have value of around 135, and I didn't do the fees and all that stuff, the shipping, because 150 to 180 for the foil side of things. Again, that's after 10 to 16 months. I think prices are going to be high right now. And then they're going to dip once people get them in hand. So if you don't end up buying it, you just want to pick off singles.
Robocop, this is live right now. You can go buy them. They're still going. They did not sell out yet.
Yeah, they didn't sell out. So I'll just pull it up.
So this is, go get it. Go check it out if you're interested. Hopefully the audio is still good in 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But
so low stock only on the non-foil, and foils are still, we don't have a low stock warning. So I know you're in Canada and we get the stupid ass tariffs at this point, but this one might be worth it. I mean, might be worth.
You got 3. You can get 3 per.
Each. Yeah, three foil or 3 non. Okay. You can get 6 in your order. If you wanted to get 3 foil and 3 non-foil, you can do that. So that's
all right.
So yeah, I mean, we don't even have to go over is it worth it, because this one This one's worth it.
It's clearly obvious.
Yeah. So this is one of the better drops. That's why it's funny, because I was like, Anderson, there's no way this one's real. Like, first of all, it's April Fool's, and second of all, like, there's too many good cards in here, highly used commander cards, and it's Deadpool. This would be silly if this was a real thing. So fucking A, I'm glad it is a real thing. So what this makes me excited for is that, this is the second Marvel. I'm just glad we got like 2 years of Marvel, because we're going to keep getting these Marvel drops, and I love every single one of them. So I want them to keep bringing them like this. Do good stuff here. So, all right.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Less than 1 minute. I hit my nose. I got like nose hairs that are tickling the inside. So it's keep rubbing my nose because of that. I'm not doing
Cocaine?
cocaine. Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly the exact same route that I was.
Okay.
I just want people to think Adam's just itching his nose a lot. Maybe I should go back off of camera because people are thinking that.
Yeah,
Okay, all
like
right.
if they see me itching my nose, they would assume that I just have some curly nose hairs in there because I am an unkempt man.
And But see, I trim my nose hairs, and when they get long enough, they start poking on the other side of my nose, and so then they get really itchy. So what it's telling
just
me
reach
is
up there and pull.
make my eyes water.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it either makes my eyes water or sneeze, one of the two, whenever I do that. So, cool story. That's your secret layer.
You're right.
recap. Oh, thanks. Cool story. All right. Let us know if you guys are picking these up, because if you're gonna pick them up, like Larry said, do it now, because these aren't gonna last for much longer. I bet you. I would guess full non-foils are gonna be gone by tomorrow morning, and foils will be gone probably by tomorrow night. So that's what my guess would be. It depends how much they made, but this is gonna go quick. I think we got lucky in that it's April Fool's. It's not a normal day that they release secret layers, and there was no lead up to this. So I think
Also, like, we know that it's not a trick because they took our money.
right. That would be ridiculous, especially since I put these singles up on eBay and I start getting sales and they're like, I'm like, motherfucker, are you
Haha,
gonna
we stole your money.
Yeah.
That's a joke. You're a fool.
So yeah, definitely pick these up. I think these are fantastic. I think even Tad said he's going to build a Deadpool deck. I tried to get Trombley and Jeremy to buy. I don't know if they did, but I sent everything to him. Trombley, it's outside of Wolverine, Deadpool is his second favorite superhero, so he's up there. All right, let's get into the beer and pizza of this episode. We are going to be going through the Commander decks, the Commander Precons. First up, we're going to start with, is it worth it? So we're going to both go through all the decks of all the cards that are in there, and basically anything. We're going to list off what are $10 and over, and then any card that is notable between that $2 and $10 range, and then kind of get you a total of how much that is and what the total for the deck is, and some of the new cards, and then we're going to decide, is it worth it? Is it worth just picking off singles? Is it worth buying the whole deck?
Yeah.
Then after that, we will do the upgrade. So if we had these decks, what we would do to upgrade them, what $20 budget upgrades, and then we have a Mr. Unlimited section. Oh, I should get to that while I'm saying that. Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited.
So I'll have a Mr. Unlimited section where no budget and just some suggestions there. We aren't doing the cuts for you. You guys can do that on your own because everybody has their own opinion on what they want to get rid of. We're just going to do the what we would add into the decks. So
I did put my new cards on my list. I don't know if we wanted to go over there for those three.
Oh, you put it in. Okay, so when we get done with the deck part, we'll jump over to your list. Yeah, we can do it.
That just makes it easier to find them.
Yeah. So okay. So Lowry, you're going to start us off with the first deck, and this is Temur Roar. So what do we got?
Temur Roar. Yeah. So this is going to be the red, green, blue deck. If you were unawares of the name. Also, this is the dragon deck out of the Precons. They do have a cool dragon, and we'll talk about that in the new card section. But Jeskai Temur Roar is going to be the main one. She's a green, a blue, a red, 2/2 human warrior. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. If it has power 4 or greater, draw a card. And if the power is 6 or greater, you get to deal damage equal to Eskai's power to each opponent. And so this is just this is not a dragon card per se, but it's still in the dragon deck. The deck is fully a dragon Precon, and it's awesome in that regard. Overall, you have $93 in value of reprinted cards. Those will go down for any Precon anywhere.
Right.
Anybody telling you the value, that will drop. But this is a really high value when it comes to that. Some of the cards, like in the $10 range, you have Hellkite Courser, which is running about $19, and that's from the Commander set reprint. And then the other one is Nogi, or Nagi, Draco Zealot. And that one's sitting at 15, and that one is just expensive because it's not out there a lot. It's from like a game nights box magic card set thing, and so there's not a lot out there. So I don't expect this to stick around like 14, 15. It'll drop down to 5, 7.
Yep.
And then other than that, you have a bunch of $2+ cards. You have like Sarkhan's Soul of Flame, which is red blue from the Aftermath set as a legend. Then you have Atsushi, the blade. I'm just gonna. There we go. They got, but that's the red Spirit Dragon from Kamigawa.
Which one is that? Sorry, what was the name of it? I was reading RoboCop's.
I don't know how to say it. Atsushi, so the top one, probably
the top.
the first
Okay,
one.
there we go. Atsushi.
That one.
Oh, the red guy. Yeah. I like
Yeah,
that.
the red one.
I like that in my deck.
And then you have Selvalis Stampede, a sorcery that allows you to just cheat dragons into play from this one. And that's from Conspiracy way back when. Right there. Nope, up. That one on the right.
Oh, this one? Oh, Stampede.
Yep.
There we go.
That one's sitting about $8. You have Dragon Tempest, which is the one that gives flyers haste and deal damage. And Temur Ascendancy, which has gone up quite a bit. That's like 6. I think I've seen some prices at 9. That's drawing cards and giving haste and stuff like that for Temur Enchantment. So all in all, $93 in value is not bad. That's quite good for a Precon for sure.
But what is the Precon worth? Like, what?
Yeah, from what I was seeing, the range was $75 to $100 online. So that's a steep price. It's hyped. It feels very much like the Eldrazi deck back during Modern Horizons, and those as singles have gone down quite a bit because every damn new Eldrazi card was 10+. A lot of the new dragons here are 5+, and so there's just a lot of hype being a dragon set with the Dragon Precon, and that's a hard pill to swallow for me personally.
Yeah.
So I think if we want to hit the button,
well, we need to talk about the new cards. I know it's in your other spot.
Oh yeah,
I actually don't want to go to the other
right.
spot because then I'm going to spoil your upgrades. So I'm just gonna. I remember from yesterday they were all dragons.
They're all dragons.
Yeah. So give me the first one so we can go over the new dragon here. So what do we got?
Let's go Thundermane Dragon. That's the one. It's 4 mana, 4/4 flyer that allows you to cast creatures with power 4 or greater from the top of your deck, and you can always look at the top of your deck. This is a really good effect. Like Augur of Autumn in green at 3 mana allows you to play any creature off the top, but you have to meet other parameters, can always play lands and stuff like that. And so this is one of the first effects that are in red as well when it comes to that. They continue to make more and more cards that care about 4+ power. So I just like this. I think it's going to do well, especially with like card advantage and just being able to play dragons off the top, especially in this deck.
For sure. All right. Next one. Well, I guess we're by the other one. I remember that from yesterday. So let's.
Ureni of the Unwritten. This is the Dragon Commander, but it is 7 mana, 7/7 flying trample. When it enters or attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may put a dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in random order. So it just that's the dragon deck. It comes into play, or you attack, and you're getting essentially a dragon that's going to come into play. And who doesn't like that?
Yeah,
like
top 8 cards.
That's why you're playing a dragon deck, is the drop them for cheap.
Yep, for sure. And then the last one, what is the
Hammerhead Tyrant? And that one's a blue one.
Oh
and
yeah,
at 6 mana,
that
it
cool
is.
Art. Yeah, like
there we
that
go.
Guy, yep.
What's his power toughness?
I believe it is 5. Nope, 6/6.
6/6 flyer. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to 1 target non-land permanent and an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to that spell's mana value to its owner's hand. So this is basically a removal spell. You got a fat dragon sitting around, and if they have a ghostly prison or they have a creature somehow big enough to block your dragons, maybe you can bounce their stuff and get through, and that can kind of close a game out pretty quick, in my opinion.
Yep, that's pretty solid. I dig that a lot. And it I think you made the point yesterday. It's not as good as Tidespout Tyrant, but it is cheaper, and it seems more fair in a way. You know, I mean, you have to jump through a little bit of a hoop, because with mana value less than or equal to, so there is like, you can't just pick off the biggest thing. It has to be.
Or their land. Like that one that's a brutal
That's
part where you're just like, I'm just going to keep on casting spells and bounce your entire board. Like this one at least feels a little bit, it's going to be at least on theme in your dragon decks. And there's a lot of dragon decks out there.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Okay. So now, is it worth it? It's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down
I'm gonna
and reverse it.
I'm gonna say the same thing as yesterday, that if it wasn't $100 with what I was seeing out there, I would. If it was like, let's say that I bought the deck for 60, you know, like the normal Precon amount, $60, I would say, yeah, this is worth it. But at $100, I'm gonna pick off the singles. Like these are gonna drop. I mean, dragons are one of the most hyped. So for me, it's
the price is wrong
because the singles of these they're gonna drop. Dragons are one of the most hyped tribes that are out there. I freaking love dragons, and so I like this too. But I think it's way overpriced at this point. I might be wrong, and maybe it goes way up after this. But even with the Eldrazi deck, I think that one dropped in price after a few months of being out, and I think we'll get the same thing here. So for me, I'm gonna just get the ones that I want. If I get any, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a dragon deck at this moment, but this set is coming out and I already have like, hey, I'm going to build maybe this deck, and I have like 3 potential decks that I want to build, and one of them might be dragon. So for me, it's a no-go. I'm not going to buy it, but I might pick off the singles. What about you, Lair? What are you thinking?
The way that I'm looking at this is if it's $100, I wouldn't suggest anybody buy this for $100.
Yeah.
Generally, I would say at least if you can find it for 75 and you're desperate and you want that dragon deck, sure, go for it. I do think you can maybe just pick off singles if you have at least a lot of these dragons that aren't worth anything have been reprinted to hell. Yeah. Like they aren't going to recover. They're not going to go up by any means. So just saying, don't waste your money at 100. At least wait for it to dip down to 75. I think that's very likely. And if you got a bunch of these, go for singles. And that's my plan. It's not worth it to me. I'll be buying singles. And then just avoiding anything that looks overpriced. Like if Rennie stays $15-20, I'll just chill. I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing is you have the value of $2 and over at 93. So, I mean, there's a bunch of cards that we already have from that, you know, so it's like, oh, I really only needed to get like 3 or 4 of these dragons, these new dragons or whatever. So the value just isn't there. Okay. So
and some of it's just like, are you going to have a dragon deck?
Right.
And if you're not going to have a dragon deck, then you don't really need it.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Let's move over to our Mr. Unlimited budget upgrade. So we got Temur Roar upgrades.
Yeah.
Lowry, what do we got going on here?
All right. So already talked about Jeskai here, and mainly what the deck that I'm going to try and be putting in is trying to help out those triggers and still keep it very dragon focused, because that's what the deck is kind of doing as a precon. If I would build Jeskai, I'd do things quite differently, but you're still working within.
Sal.
Oh, there we go. Sal Marnez. There we go.
Sal,
drink the Malort.
Well, I can't do. We got to hit the 140, Sal. Sal, we got to hit the 100.
I think it's just is. Hold on. We should figure out. Are you donating towards the card, or are you just trying to get us to drink Malort?
If you're trying to get us to do Malort, we do 15. But you might as well just. Oh fuck yeah! We got to determine how we want to do that. Because Sal, right now, you doing the $10 means that that you're entered in to try to win the foil Chrome Mox. So the $10 gets you 10 tickets for the drawing. So just let us know kind of what you're thinking on that. When we hit that, what you just did there got us to the halfway point to the Chrome Mox. So once we hit 140, so $70 more, then we would take a MALORT shot no matter what. So that's kind of where we're at there. I guess we have to kind of distinguish between one or the other. But anyways, okay, back to your stuff.
So essentially going on, I chose 7 cards, and even though we try and keep our budget at $20 or less, I cheated just a wee bit. I know, but this is the first time I think I've cheated in doing this for a year and a half or 2 years or whatever. So I feel okay about that. 7 cards is going to be $20.65. I'm sorry to the cards.
I'm over on one of mine too, I think. So
okay,
I'm
so
a cheater too.
first one I want to talk about real quick is Dragon Hawk, Black Hawk.
Anderson, another
Anderson's $5 in too.
There we go.
A Dragon Hawk Fates Tempest. It's a new one from Bloomborough, 5/5 flying dragon that kind of lets you see more cards and can deal extra damage. I think it's gonna do a lot in dragon decks. So I'm just, in general, if you're building a dragon deck, go check that one out. And that one's sitting at like 3 something. Next one, Hero's Blade as an equipment. It free equips to your legend. So right when Eshki comes into play, it's a 5/4. If you're gonna be able to deal damage, it's dealing 6 damage to everybody. And it's just kind of like protection, making the creature bigger, more of a threat, and stuff like that. But just quickly getting that big time damage to your opponents
without having to pay that mana to move over.
And 5 cents. You got that lying around.
Yep.
I wanted to bring up Omniscience. This is a $5 card with the Foundations reprint. There's a lot of different versions of it at this point. It's not a $10, $20 card, and it's kind of better than Draco Genesis. Let's be honest here, Renshai. It's better. Omniscience, and it's my show, my podcast that I get to talk about Omniscience, and it's Adams, and he's agreeing with me on it, and that's okay. But you get to play dragons for free from your hand. That's what's going on.
It doesn't have dragons in the word, so I don't think it's as good. We'll talk about that in a little bit here.
Good. All right, it's better for the money. How about that?
There we go.
It's like a Little Caesars pizza. It's not the best, but
come on, Little Caesars.
It's literally a $5
garbage.
pie. That's what I'm talking about.
You just basically
you want to go out and buy
cook the pizza
Pizza Luce for a $35 pie.
No, then I'll take Little Caesars.
That's Draco Genesis. That's what you're doing. You want Omniscience. This is a direct analogy.
Little Caesars just tastes like they cooked the pizza. You could lick the pizza box and you'd get the same taste as the Little Caesars pizza. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like
that's called value. Okay,
that's called a diet right there. Is what it is.
Pizza. Sarkhan's Triumph. That's a good one right there. Sarkhan's Triumph is an instant speed tutor that allows you to go get any dragon and put it in your hand. It's sitting at like 250 right now. Not too bad. Not too good. It is what it is. Smuggler's Surprise. That is from Outlaws, and this is just one of those. We were kind of big on it. And I think this just kind of goes into the idea of the 4+ power deck, because it's going to give protection to a lot of your bigger creatures. Eshki should get that big pretty quick, and then also this allows you to pay 6, and then you can put 2 dragons into play at instant speed as well. Like. It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that's like 250 right now. Not bad for the protection.
Right. I'm surprised that it's that low,
Yeah.
But
well, I think that plus that 4
is a
power
little tougher.
part is just a little high. If it was 3, like an elemental bond, I think a lot of people would be a lot more happy. But I think they've kind of settled with 4 power when they're making these kind of cards now. Next one would be Euro Titan of Nature's Wrath. This is a 6/6, so for 3 mana you're going to trigger everything on Eshki, and also like that's the way that I would push the deck, is probably just like cheap to cast, high power, but I would just put this in here because it's draw and ramp, and you can do that kind of thing. Even though if you want dragons, then you can put in things that draw you cards and ramp you. Like those are the kind of things that you can fit in that still work for your deck.
Dig it. All right, and then your last
And that's sitting
one.
about 350 right now.
Okay.
And then the last dragon I want to talk about is just Wrathful Red Dragon from one of
Baldur's
those
Gate.
dumb D&D sets.
Oh, come on.
But 5 mana, 5/5 flyer. Whenever a dragon you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dragon.
Hey, what's up, Scott?
And so it's just a good dragon to have in your dragon decks. It's almost like protection. Like, okay, if we're going to block, we're still going to take some damage. My creature's going to die. Am I going to Wrath with Blasphemous Act because that's just going to have me lose the game?
Right.
Am I going to all out attack? Is that going to be able to, do I have enough power to kill myself? That's not something that you want either. So I think it's a really cool card.
Dig it. All right. So what was the total again? It was just over
So
20?
the total is $20.65. And if you got a couple of them, it's an easy, then you're under that $20 mark and you can do it.
All right. So now we have, I got to get to Mr. Unlimited. Where are you? There he is.
Mr. Unlimited.
All right. We're officially, well, no, I remember you talking about this before our audio dropped out yesterday. So let's hope we get, knock on wood, get past this part. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I was knocking and I hit the mouse. All right. So first
We're
one
done.
on Mr. Unlimited. What do we have? How many cards we got here? We got 7.
Animar's Soul of Elements is going to reduce the cost on big old dragons whenever you, and then it's just going to snowball and allow you to just cast dragons for really cheap. Bloom Tender is a great ramp card. Can't, if you want to cast big creatures, get good ramp in your deck.
Yep. That's a great card in there.
Cavern Horde Dragon, great for, it can be a cheap dragon, 6/6 flying, trample, haste. You get treasures. It's doing good stuff for you.
Yep, Dragon Horde. It's one of my favorite.
And that's
dragons.
a $10+ card.
Yeah.
Draco Genesis is sitting at like
Fantastic
$35.
card, just amazing.
You don't even like this. You just said you would rather have Little Caesars over a Draco Genesis. So,
Wait, I thought you said
but it's
that-
8
I
mana
thought the
enchantment.
little-
You
I
may
thought the
cast
little
dragon spells without paying their mana costs.
See,
So that can
see
be
how-
from exile, graveyard,
This is why it's
library,
good, 'cause
hand.
It says dragon
whatever.
in the card, and it kind of says Draco from Harry Potter. So we have two things in there.
The crossover and the crossover.
Uh,
Invasion of Tarkir is just a battle that is kind of dragon focused. It has gone up quite a bit.
hate that you have
It's
to look at these.
bad removal. It's sorcery speed.
Yeah.
But when it flips, you get another dragon, so that works for you.
Yeah, 2 damage to any target. Like that. When any. Ooh, Sal did another one. All right. Plus.
I can't read that.
What did he say there? Oh shit. Okay, it's a long one. Then token Joker. Oh
shit.
Wait a second. Then we just went over, didn't we? 65. Oh shit. Okay, that means I have to get all this ready here. Joker 65.
Okay, well, I'll keep talking.
Yeah,
I'll let you
right.
do your deal. Oh my gosh. All right. Mox Jasper is the new Mox from this set as well. Generally, I avoid new cards from the new set, but it's a dragon set in the Dragon Precons.
The Mox shall be mine. Nice.
All right, so it's 0 mana, legendary artifact, taps for any 1 mana of any color, activate only if you control a dragon. So this is going to be the best ramp piece in your shapeshifter decks. Let's be honest. And it's, I don't even know. It's like a $75 card from what I saw. I'm hoping that goes down dramatically,
For sure.
like under 10.
Right. Yeah.
That's my
Be nice.
fucking calm down, dragon players. Just fucking calm down and crazy. And then the last one, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. It's one of those, what are the haunt? I don't know. Overlords from
the
Duskmoor.
Yeah, they're great.
And so you can pay 3 mana to have it come into play. When it comes into play or attacks, you get to create a land. Very much what I would compare it to with Euro. But at the same time, even though it comes into play as an enchantment, when it's on the stack, when you're casting it for 3, it is a 6/5 creature. And then when it comes into play, it turns into an enchantment because it's not meeting certain parameters. But when you cast it, Eshkis should recognize everything for 3 mana. You get a lot of value there.
All right. So that is Sal and everybody.
That's it.
You fuckers getting us. Now I might
Yeah.
actually have my other beer that I didn't finish last, or I had four of them.
I
ready.
drank my only 2 beers last night.
I think they're making it, so I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, so we're gonna let's take a little break before we move on to the next one because we got to do the drawing, right? I mean, that's when we got to do it.
Yeah, we
hit
got to
it.
set up. Well, we can.
Shit, I gotta. Oh no, I'm on the new computer, so I gotta remember. What did I do? Think. Oh no, so all my tabs aren't the same anymore because I had the little. Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our Malort shot now between
Yes.
the decks. I'm gonna do my deck and everything like that. We'll go through that. Then
Okay.
we're gonna go to your deck because you have 3 of them. I have 2 of them. When you're doing
Right.
your deck, I'm not gonna be listening to you very much. I'm gonna pull up and try to set up the spin wheel to give this Mox away, and then by the time you're done with your deck, we'll spin, and then I'll do my deck, and then we'll finish with your deck. Does that sound good? Sound like a plan? So let's hit that
Yes.
Malort shot before we get to the next one.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
No.
Like I'm glad we get to move on from the. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Chrome Mox is fantastic, but I was getting tired of looking at that one. I wanted to get other things up there for you guys to try to win. So I'm glad that we are getting rid of that. Okay, so I'm still drinking the barrel aged Malort, so it's, I guess, better tasting. Oh, great. And I got to talk to Lowry. When you get... Oh, wait till his headphones are back on here. The question for you becomes... I think we talked about this before. When we hit the donation, whatever achievement, does that unlock shots to be bought for that day? Or do we, like, this is on-air production, or do we always allow people to buy $15 shots and say they don't want to put it for the donation stuff or try to win the raffle? I almost think that we don't want to be getting hammered every cast. So we kind of, that's why we scaled back the Malort. Like the first
Right.
year that we did this, it was hammered every time we did the podcast. we're
And
like,
that was a good time.
It was.
but
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It was fun and gross at the
my,
same time.
liver.
Yeah. But maybe what we do is whenever
Actually, all my donations were an April Fool's joke. I will be needing that back.
especially if you don't win, right, Sal? If you don't win,
right.
then, please.
I think our rule has been, even though this is only the second time, but it opens it up to shots. And we have 4 more decks left. There's plenty of time for donations for shots if they so wish. But you can also just hold on to it for the next.
If that happens, I'm not donating plasma. I was planning on going to donate plasma tomorrow just to get some extra cash for. We're doing that to get cash for it. We're going to be doing a Disney trip as our surprise thing for the boys. So my blood money is paying for Disney.
It's literal
But
blood money.
You're not supposed to drink 24 hours. But if another Malort gets bought, I'm probably not donating tomorrow.
Well, we can say that we don't want
it's
to
fine.
do it. It's
I
okay.
can-
Nobody remembers. Nobody even listens to us. All right,
We'll
it's
see.
fine.
All right, let's take this first one. Thank you guys
You ready?
for hitting that, and we're gonna give it away here after Lowry's deck. We'll do the drawing. So thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Very sincere.
Oh my God.
It's been a while. I don't know why I always do the kung fu thing, and I'm not. I don't. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to open this beer. This is my last beer.
It's so bad.
Oh God, get this open, please. All right. Ugh. And it still doesn't get rid of that taste. Ugh. All right. So, plan is we're going to hit up the
Chills.
we'll do the giveaway here after this next deck. So I'm trying to get over here. Let me click on the behind that. Get fucking away. There we go. All right, let's get away from your deck. Actually, we'll just close that out now.
Yep. Close it out.
All right, so the next deck we're going to talk about is Sultai Arisen. Sorry, it's still aftershocks of this.
I'm gonna be sipping on rum since I don't have any beer. What?
I want you to sip on rum, and then I want shots to be bought so that by the end of this, we have a New Year's.
I'd have to shoot the
refill.
rum because I guess I have more shot glasses down here, but
All
God
right.
damn it.
Okay, so Sultai Arisen. This is that's also what I have to mention with this one. This is not the big butt one. That is the next one. So this one, I did not do the face commander. I did the secondary commander because I think this one's more fun. Let me show you what the face commander is really quick, just so people know what it. Look, there he is. So Codis, I guess is how you say it. Sig champion. Sig champion.
She can't even read.
So it says once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other cost. Whenever one or more creatures you control enters if one of them came from your graveyard or was cast from your graveyard, put 2 1/1 counters on this. And he's a 3/3. I just thought it was like, I mean, people might like it. For me, I was like, I liked the dragon better. And so
For sure. I think a lot of people like the dragon better.
So the dragon is 1 colorless, black, green, and blue. Sultai. It is a flying 4/4 spirit dragon. Whenever it attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So that's pretty sweet. And then whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature. So that seems like a lot of fun. Like, I was like, oh shit, because it's really focused on your land. So it's like you're in the green, you're in black that can help fill up your graveyard, you're in blue that can help mill, put more stuff in your graveyard. So you have 3 colors that kind of are working together with what this commander is doing. So how I want to build this deck is more of a landfall. So you're doing like a Crucible Worlds type of style of things here. Oh wait, we're not doing that part yet. So
We're not
doing that part.
I thought you were getting excited though.
I was getting excited. So let's talk about the is it worth it? I totally got ahead of myself. See, the MALORT already went to the brain. So that's going to be in a little bit. That's just a preview of what's to come. So in the deck, there is actually only 1 card. The deck is worth 85. Last I checked, it might be more. I don't know. I haven't checked in a few days. But when I was doing this breakdown, it was $85. There is only 1 card over $10, and it's Obnixilis the Fallen, which is, let's get him.
Is it the landfall one?
Yes, it is. Oh,
Okay.
no. Is it the landfall? LMNO. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So he is $13. So that's really the only one that's like expensive. Otherwise, you have I did between 5 and 10. There were 7 cards, which is Hedron Crab, Dothy Voidwalker, Lord of Extinction, one of your favorite cards, Life from the Loam.
Yeah. Wow, that's in there.
Yeah, Phyrexian Reclamation, Command Beacon, and Crypt of Agadim. And then we have 6 cards that are between 2 and 5. Some of so that brings you about $12. So all in all, so I said the deck was worth 85. The reprints in it brings you to 74. So we're $11 short for notable stuff. But let's talk about some of the new stuff in this to see if this might make it worth it. So the first one is towards the top here. Or maybe it is not in the creature part. Sorry. Maybe I'll hit one of these guys. I'll hit one of these guys.
Good.
I have that one there. Where's my C? Canopy. Am I in the right freaking deck?
Was that yours?
I'm just checking. Just making sure because I wrote
Go all the way up.
Well, no, it's not mine.
Yeah, that's just a regular.
Yeah.
No. Go up.
What? Well, it's not my deck. I'm just trying to.
Right. You should be going to Wizards puts out their own decks.
Yeah, and I couldn't find that when I was scrolling through. This has to be it though. This is
What's
the
going on?
stuff here. All right, I'll get it here. Hey, give me a second. We did your stuff twice, so it was easy to get there. But I feel like I wrote these in the opposite. I think I wrote down my stuff on my pages. So I have to go to my other page. So one of them is this one, the Steward of the Harvest. Okay. It's 3 colorless and 1 green, a human druid. 3/3, when this creature enters, exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. Creatures, all of your creatures you control have all activated abilities of all lands exiled with this creature. So that seems pretty crazy to, if you're able to stack, throw all your stuff in the graveyard, milling or just finding cards and throwing them in there or discarding or whatever, being able to give all the activated abilities to all your creatures is kind of insane. So I thought this one was a pretty unique card.
What's your top land that you want to go get other than, you don't get to say Cradle?
You mean like Urza Saga?
Because obviously Cradle would be nuts.
Urza Saga or something like that? That's a triggered ability. It wouldn't be a...
How would that... No.
It wouldn't.
You would need to be on the second level to be able to get the
other one, but I don't think that
artifacts.
Would work. Yeah.
So I don't think you could get there.
I don't know. I didn't think that one through. I just thought there's a lot of lands and
it's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any in mind that you would go get right off the bat?
Well, I mean, even going and getting like having the bounce lands, like having every creature produce 2 mana would be quite good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
right?
Even the fact of you're getting a basic land, it's like you're giving every creature the tap ability to, it's giving you that Cryptolith Right ability, being able to tap for land. I mean, whatever basic you get rid of.
Okay, but like if we're gonna, so
cool
we might be going a little deep on this. If we're comparing it to Cryptolith Right, that's 2 mana enchantment, hard to move, no hoop to jump through other than having creatures. This is 4 mana, easy to kill creature, and you still need the creatures, but you also need to have a land in your graveyard. So, like, a fetch land is not something I'd want to really do. Right. It could be one of them, so it's an easy, like, block sack, go get a land. That's cool. But it's not something that I mean, like, way awesome.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of options of just, like, being able to tap creatures for 4 or less mana. So I'd want to do something interesting with this for sure. So like Wasteland could be fucking crazy.
Strip mine type of thing or whatever.
Strip mine? Yeah, that sounds bonkers.
It seems really gross. All right. Okay, so that is, I think this one might go up quite a bit. Oh wait, we got one that's on the tees. God. I wrote everything on the other page. So Afterlife from the Loam was another one. This is 5 colorless, 3 black. So we got, if you like Life from the Loam, Lowry, are you going to like this one? It has Delve. For each player, choose up to 1 target creature card, which includes yourself, in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. They're zombies in addition to their other types. So you're most likely going to be able to pay 3, and you'll be able to grab a creature from your graveyard, creature from their everybody's graveyard. So you get 4 creatures off of 3. So I thought this one was pretty interesting. And then the last,
it's no Life from the Loam.
No,
Let's do that.
Well, you just love lands.
I do. I love Lamb.
And then Taval's Judgment. Where was that one? I think that's the enchantment, if I'm right. Yes, it is the enchantment because it's the removing when things leave the graveyard. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Taval's Judgment. It is 2 colors and 1 black enchantment. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure, or create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. This is insane in this, like especially in this deck. In any deck that you're recursion from your graveyard, this is an auto include as long as you're in black. Like this is fantastic. Draw, like all those options are awesome. 1 or more cards leave, so you can remove, Bajuka Bog yourself. You wouldn't want to do that, but what I'm saying, like you get a benefit from all this. Like there isn't a bad thing.
If you only get 1 trigger, no matter how many leave per instance.
Oh, I guess it is 1 or more. Choose 1. Yeah, you're right. So it has to be remove 1 with your scavenging ooze or your whatever, and then do it again, and then do it again, and you get all 3 triggers. But that's as many as you can get in 1 turn. So those are the 3 that I think are pretty interesting out of the deck. I gave you the price. The total to buy it was $85. The total cost of everything was $74. Lowry, is this worth it? It's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
My 85 to purchase this.
Yep.
You're saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna.
The
I mean,
price
it's
is
cool.
wrong.
It's a cool deck.
Yeah.
But 85 is a lot for a Precon, and it's it has some good cards in there. The quality is up there, but I think it just makes it.
They're all mid-range though. Like you don't have any huge expensive cards. So like even the Nixilus like at 13,
Right.
it's not going to stay at 13, man. Like that sucker.
It does tend to recover. It's been reprinted once or twice.
I mean, it's
been
a
while.
fantastic
Iconic Masters.
landfall, dude. Like it's an all-star and the one
Right.
the one I want to build, which I'm going to talk about in a second when I got ahead of myself. Like it's
Yes.
fantastic in that, but yeah, I'm with you on that as well. There isn't like a black market connections in this like new card where I'm like, oh yeah, this makes it.
That's
worth
another
it.
good point. Yeah. No charismatic conqueror.
Like
No
the
trouble
getting-
in pairs.
Right,
like,
right. Yeah, the making your land or all your creatures the same as your lands or whatever you exile. That's probably the best one out of the bunch, but I don't know how much that's going to get up there because that's really specific to a deck that
Right.
plays with the lands going to the graveyard and all that. So I feel like it's more of
Do you
a,
remember back? I want to say it was Ikoria Precons. They had that artifact that comes into play tap for 3 mana, and you get it has the activated abilities of all
Yeah,
lands
we
in play.
loved it. It was like Mana Scape or Mana.
But you remember it, right?
Yes, I bought a
it
bunch
was
of
it was
them.
super hype. I still have yet to play it, and that's easier to
Mm-hmm.
have happen. Like it was like lands in play,
Mhm.
and so this, I think it's a cool card. I don't think it's going to be very good unless you are specifically like
doing that.
putting Cradle into your graveyard on purpose. From
Yeah.
like you're doing stuff on purpose.
Yep. So we're both on the same thing. It's
Yeah.
Let's get this.
Not at 85.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's move over. Oh, I got to back it up. If you do want to see our
didn't kill that one.
upgrades, I can't. I gotta just get out of it.
Yep.
If you do, you're gonna see explore decks. That's not what I want. Everything's zoomed in, so I can't see. There we go. Get out of here. We do have these listed in our in the notes below. So if you guys wanted to check that out, you can do that. So what am I doing? It is Sultai, right? Sultai upgrades. Here we go. Boop. Shrink it down. All right. So now the upgrades. Okay. So I got super excited about it before. Got ahead of myself. Now I'm actually going to talk about what I want to do. I want to do Landfall. I think Landfall's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
You throw land and you do Crucible World stuff or whatever. There's a lot of cards playing from your graveyard. There's a lot of cards playing multiple lands. I think the only problem I would have is trying to figure out where's my win con? How does this win? Yes, I'm creating a bunch of 2/2 zombie druids, but how does this deck actually win? So that's the thing I would want to work through when I'm when I build this deck. I'm thinking I am going to because I haven't played a lot of graveyard synergy stuff, and so this would be kind of outside of my norm. So I think I do want to do that. So all that being said, I guess I did. Oh, I did write the prices. I also cheated, Lowry. My upgrades, even though we were saying the $20 budget, is $20.20. So I went just a little bit over.
Hey, you beat me by 43 cents.
Yeah. So I don't feel too bad. But so budget upgrades, we got 12 cards that fit in here. Deathrite Shaman is one of them. It's surprisingly only like
I don't even know if that counts anymore
Why?
because it just jacked up to $20 over the weekend.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because that was the modern
Oh, yeah,
unbanning
you're right.
speculation.
You're right. Well, when did I look at this? Yeah, you're probably right. So maybe this one goes in Mr. Unlimited, but it was like
Yeah.
a $4 card.
It will likely go down because it did not get unbanned.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that is
That's
why
a good point.
speculation
Yeah,
is stupid.
that's why you only go in on secret layers. Just saying. Anyways, Deathrite Shaman. So you're exiling cards from you could do your graveyard. So that's the thing is you do it from your graveyard. When you're exiling it, you're getting a 2/2. It's just a great card. You get a benefit from it. You can do it to other people's stuff to also get a benefit. But it works with the commander because as soon as you exile something from your graveyard, you're getting a 2/2. Black Zombie Druid, so that's kind of nice there. Then we got Hedge Shredder, which is 2 colorless and 2 green.
That card's awesome.
Vehicle. It's one of the best vehicles. We never get really good vehicles. And for you to say it's a good vehicle, you just don't like them. And this one's just good because it doesn't need to do anything.
That card. Yeah.
Whenever it attacks, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more lands are put into your graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. So that's kind of nice. You're milling yourself. It's from your library, so it's a mill, basically. And then you just get to put them in play. It does have Crew 1 for a 5/5, which is kind of nice, but most likely you're just using that ability there. But also, when it attacks, it mills. So if you hit lands and that kind of helps there. We have loot. So basically, you're going to see a very similar theme. There's a lot of playing extra lands. Loot allows you to play extra lands.
Yeah.
You get that bonus of looking at a top 6, but really it's playing that extra lands on each of your turns. Muldrotha, yeah, of course. Muldrotha is just, you're playing stuff from your graveyard. You're getting, that's just a great card to go a combo with that. Ramanop.
A lot of good cards for Muldrotha if you still have that deck. For a lot of players right now.
Yep. Ramanop Excavator, play lands from your graveyard.
Yeah.
Ruin Crab, if you're going the landfall route, I mean, that can do some brutal stuff. If you're getting to play 3, 4, 5 extra lands a turn and you're fetch land, and you're dropping these, you're milling a quarter of everybody's library right there with just Ruin Crab. Like that, it's, it has the.
So that's just to mill other players.
Other players. Yep. So this could be a potential win con in there if you're playing multiple lands. Scavenging Ooze doing a similar thing to our Deathrite Shaman. Sir Conrad, whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put in the graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, each opponent loses or deals 1 damage to each opponent. So this is great because you're milling yourself or dropping stuff like that. You're going to be doing damage. And then we have I can't believe Tatiova is only like a 10-cent card. But landfall, whenever
it gets reprinted like crazy.
I know. But landfall, whenever land enters, gain a life, draw a card. Get Rog Monster, also like $1. Like it's so cheap there.
Just reprinted.
Tireless Provisioner, and then I think finish up with Wayward Swordtooth. So we get the playing additional land, 3-drop play an additional land. So I would just completely change this deck to be more focused on the landfall and playing from your graveyard, because you get the douchebaggery where you play a strip mine and then you could keep doing it, or you're playing fair magic and you do your fetch land and play multiples of that. You can get a lot of benefits from that. So I think that is a lot of fun. Again, $20.20 if we take out the Deathrite Shaman. But like you said, that's going to drop like crazy. So let's see. Mr. Unlimited. I keep moving my buttons around. Where's Mr.? Mr. 1 second. Jeez, there it is.
Mr. Unlimited.
All right, Mr. Unlimited section. We got. I'm just gonna burn through these really quick.
There's definitely some. Yeah. 17 cards.
Yeah. Abhorrent Oculus, great card in there. This is a great deck to make it work with because you're filling your graveyard up. Asai, Tyrant of Gyre Strait. We got Ancient Greed Warden. You could do Animate Dead stuff where you're just bringing your stuff back. So I have a couple of those in this as well. Azusa Lost But Seeking. Case of the Locked Hot House. I thought it was an R there, so I was like, Hort House? Oh, it's a hot house. That allows you to play additional land there. Crucible of Worlds. Dance of the Dead allows you to bring creatures back from graveyards. Druid class. Additional land when you get to level 2. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Exploration. Here's the Guilt Leaf. This is where, if Lowry, you were talking about doing the Druid part, you're making your 2/2 Druid zombies. So this really did spike, and I think it was because of this deck. You tap 7 untapped Druids you control, gain control of all lands target player controls. So this really went up there in price. One of the new cards in there, Glacierwood Siege. You choose Temur or Sultai when you cast an instant or sorcery. If you choose Temur, you mill 4 cards. If you choose Sultai, you play lands from your graveyard. So another land from the graveyard. Mossborn Hydra, you're getting landfall stuff there. Necromancy, Reanimate. And then finally, Walk in Closet, which is play additional lands from your graveyard, and then you can unlock it, and it allows you to do one thing. What is it? I don't know. That's not the important part. It's the other part that I'm more focused on. So, whew, that was a lot of cards. But yeah, I think this deck could be a lot of fun. You had a different angle that if you were to build this deck, I would be focused on the landfall, but what would the angle that you thought of doing potentially?
I mean, it would be what like Sal is saying here with like Tormod and like just having stuff leaving the graveyard. There's a handful of things that trigger off of things like Sir Conrad, like you're talking about. There's the something or other, Desecrated Crypt, that definitely comes to mind. I was definitely thinking Guiltleaf Archdruid. I don't know if I want to be that mean, but
yeah,
if you have a lot of druids that don't tap for mana, like that's kind of the thing to do. You also get, it's a draw engine off of it.
Yeah.
I guess you got to cast the druid spell, so maybe that doesn't count. So he's got, I think it's a cool deck. I think there's going to be a lot out there. You're just going to have to let me know if you build it or not.
Yeah, there we go.
Right. One of us will have it.
Right.
How about that?
There we go. All right, Lowry.
So
I'm going to get you to the next part, and then I'm going to start putting together our drawing for the foil chrome mocks. So we are getting into Jeskai Striker is the next
how about
one.
you just go to mine and then I can talk to it. We don't need to bop around because you're not going to bop around and go for the priced cards anyway.
Let's back it up, and Jeskai Striker. Okay, so we got that little guy there, and then I'm going to pull up some...
You do your thing.
Interwebs.
All right, Jeskai Striker. This is the red, white, blue one.
Oops, that's my VRBO that popped up there. Sorry about that.
But you have, the main commander on this one is Shiko and Narset Unified. 1 and a blue and a red and a white for a 4/4 human spirit dragon. Flying Vigilance. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell if it targets a permanent or player, and you may choose new targets for the copy. If you don't copy the spell this way, draw a card. So this is kind of like a spell slinging. It does not have to be instants and sorceries necessarily, just you're going to have a lot of cards that go into instants and sorceries. This deck has the the Strixhaven Magecraft. There we go. Where it likes it when you're copying instants and sorceries, so you get more triggers of treasures or drawing, and you can add a couple more cards in there for that. It has the Gutter Snipe that's going to deal damage to everybody for you. So that's what this deck is doing. They've been doing, I'm going to say it's loosely, but they have been doing this deck a couple times over the last like year and a half. So there's not a whole ton of value in here.
Larry, you got your phone? Hit that notification.
Are you logging into stuff?
It said 2-step verification. Google wants to make sure. Check your Google Pixel. There we go. Thank you, Larry.
There you go. You're in.
There you go. All right. Sorry. Back to what you were saying, sir.
I don't know. I lost track. But okay. So there's not a lot of value in this Precon. For $10+ cards, there is nothing. You get nothing.
You get nothing.
So that's the brutal part. For 2+, like you have Viren, Voice of Duality at $7. That just got a Secret Lair reprint as well, like a month ago. You do have Archmage Emeritus. You have Lair, Disciple of the Drowned, which is, I love that card. Allows you to cast instants and sorceries from the graveyard, and spells can't be countered. Ancestral Vision, which is kind of fun, $4. Narset's Reversal is sitting about $6, and you got Ghostly Prison in there for $5. But total value out of this, like for reprints, is $40.
Oh shit! That's not much.
Yeah, you're not getting the value on the Precon whatsoever out of the reprints. And so you gotta hope that the new cards are heavy hitters. And when we were talking earlier about like Trouble in Pairs, Black Market Connections, that this ain't there either. I'm gonna be honest. So this one is tough, but go down to the bottom. We'll talk about 3 new cards.
Let's see. Is it in like
There we
the?
go.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
those 3.
Okay.
All right, so these are probably the 3 that I like most. I have Aligned Heart. That's 2 and a white enchantment. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on this enchantment. When then create a 1/1 white monk creature with prowess for each rally counter on it. So essentially, excuse me.
It's a damn MALORT. It's,
Yeah,
I know.
the burps are bitter. All right, it's
continuously-
weird.
So
But,
I've done
okay,
this for a
so-
long time.
So you cast Aligned Heart and then something else after it to trigger the rally, and you get 1 creature, 1 monk with prowess. You know, if you're not casting anything until the next turn, you do 2 there. You get 2 rally, another rally counter, 2 of the creatures. So that kind of builds up kind of nicely. Is it Monastery Mentor? Probably not. That triggers off of, any on non-creature spell. You can build a lot up really quick. If you're able to do this, casting a second spell on multiple turns when it comes around, that's going to be a lot better for you. Not going to say that that's going to be something you can do in this Precon, but I feel like a Monastery Mentor adjacent card is going to be pretty solid. Next one I want to talk about is Caldera Pyrma. 5 mana dragon, has flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, see what I was saying? Like some of it's non-creature, some of it's instant and sorcery. It's kind of a mix there. I would probably try and go into instants and sorceries a bit more, but okay. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Then this creature deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. And so that's doing a lot of damage versus like a gutter snipe. It is direct damage to an opponent rather than wide damage to all of your opponents. But is this a 4/4 when it starts out?
3/3.
So it's a 3/3. That's at least not crazy. But 1 instant or sorcery, you get a 1/1 counter on it, and you're dealing 4 damage to the face for somebody. And I feel like this card's going to be pretty good in those Spellslinger specific decks, to just kind of end games a bit quicker. And then the last one I want to talk about, and this is, I think I like this just because of Hinata, but Voracious Bibliophile, 3 mana and a blue for a 3/3 dragon. It has flying and vigilance, and then whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. And so why this is crazy in Hinata is Hinata reduces the casting cost of spells for each target that you have. And with this is whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. So if you're targeting 6 creatures in Hinata, you're drawing 6 cards with Voracious Bibliophile. And that's bonkers. But on a normal kind of card, it's a 4/4 flying, or it's a 3/3 flying vigilance for 4 dragon. Not too bad. And if you have enough instants and sorceries that are targeting a creature, so Pongify, Reality Shift, if you have enough of those kind of cards, this adds a cantrip onto them. And we know something like that can be really powerful, like looking at Ketramos, where it's whenever you exile something, you get to draw a card off of it and lose a life. That's really good, and that's a really good value. And so if you have a card in a deck that is doing a lot of mass targeting, or not mass targeting, but just a lot of targeting, you're going to be drawing a bunch of cards.
Yeah. All right.
So
I got I can now pay attention.
You
to
got
again.
there?
Yeah, I got. Oh, the 140 fucking people to put on there. That was kind of insane to get all that on there. So, all right. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah. Whenever you guys.
So is it worth it? What do you think, Adam? Did you like the deck? Did you not like the deck?
Can you give me an overview really quick? What was the
just say
price?
no.
What was the price of the deck?
The value in it for reprints was $40. You had 3 kind of cool cards, but they're not worth over 10 by any means.
How much did it cost to buy the deck?
I mean, it's not going to be cheaper than the MSRP, which is like $45.50. So I did not look. I just assumed it was the cheapest one that you can get.
The price is wrong.
Yeah. Is that where you're at too?
Yeah. That's for sure where I'm at. The cards are going to be cheaper singles. You'll be able to get everything you want out of this for $10-15 in my opinion after like a month.
Yeah.
So
this one wasn't as exciting as the other one as well. So
right.
Okay, so let's get into your $20 budget upgrades.
Yeah.
So $20, you got 13 cards. It looks like that you've added in.
13 cards. I got to $18.16 on the budget upgrades,
job,
and some of this stuff is just kind of obvious, I guess. So you have the cheap Snapcaster Mage, the bad one, but Arcane Proxy. You pay 3 mana, it comes into play. You get to cast an instant or sorcery spell of CMC 2 or less for free. So that's 1 spell with Arcane Proxy. Second one is whatever you're recasting from the graveyard. And then you get to trigger your commander, Shiku and Narset, for an easy 3 mana. Yeah, recent prices have been absolute BS. Yep, for sure. So Arcane Proxy, and then we'll talk about Snapcaster Mage in the... It's a $15 card, so it's going to be in the Mr. Unlimited, but for the same reasoning. Ashling Flame Dancer, that's like a $2-ish card right now, but it has Magecraft, and if you like a Magecraft card, you should be putting it in this deck, likely. So whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery card, discard a card, then draw a card. If it's the second time this ability has happened, you deal 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. And if it's the third time, you get to add 4 red mana. And it's 4 mana, 4/4.
Works out
It's a dang cool Magecraft. It kind of gets in there with very playable. And then I kind of was thinking about just cards that allow you to play more than 1 card in a turn, or cards that trigger off of the second spell. So Brimstone Roundup is something whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you get a 1/1 red mercenary. That's kind of the part that matters, is like, it's just a 2 mana enchantment that's going to get you tokens off of doing something that you want. Cheap, 10 cents. Cast Through Time is a 7 mana enchantment. Instants and sorcery spells you control have rebound, which means whenever you cast them, takes effect, gets exiled. At your next turn, you get to cast that for free, which allows you to cast the second spell a lot easier.
Take that.
You have Distortion Strike, which has rebound itself. You can go through. The rebound cards tend to be kind of overcosted because you're going to cast them twice anyway. But this one is a creature gets +1/+0 and is an unblockable. And then again, rebound comes back the next turn. Something's unblockable. Casting something a lot easier for the second spell. Eris, Roar of the Storm. I just got this one and it's pretty cool. But it is 8 and a blue and a red for an elemental warlock, but it costs 2 less to cast for each different mana value among instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard. It's flying, prowess, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 4/4 red dragon elemental creature token with flying and prowess.
I forgot to hit this for you because you said you just got this.
Yeah.
Oh, good for
It's
you.
cheap. It's a $1 card. It's pretty cool though. I'm just saying. So that's where it's at. Jorien, Ruin Diver. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. It's just one of those cantrips on things that you want to already be doing. Realm, Violent Cacophony. Similar thing. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card. So again, doing things that you just want to be doing in a deck like this. Ogier Paquitic. Deepest Epoch. It's the blue Ogier from the newest. I got thrown off. I'm flustered now. I don't know what's going on. But it essentially gives your instants and sorceries, they gain rebound. So again, a lot cheaper. Rebound. It's like $2-3.
Yeah.
And then Ramus Ekor
Love
Ancient
this.
Shield
You might see
from
this
Lord
in
of the
my
Rings
deck.
set. It is a 4-mana legendary artifact. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card, then create a 0/3 wall, and then at the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control with Defender gain Exalted until end of turn. I love this card, actually. I have this in Feather. Then Robe of the Archmagi. I've kind of talked about this one quite a bit over the last year at least, but it's 3-mana equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw that many cards, and then equips a Shaman, Warlock, or a Wizard for 1, otherwise 4 mana. So when you're spell slinging, you have plenty of Wizards and Shaman to easily equip this and draw more cards. And again, sorcery class, another one that I kind of bang the drum for. Red and a blue enchantment. When it comes into play, you draw 2, discard 2, and then you can pay another red and a blue, and your creatures can tap for a red and a blue or a blue, and only use that for instants and sorceries. The level 3 doesn't really matter. Then you have Storm of Sauron. 6-mana enchantment, ward 3. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it, except it isn't legendary. So just a second Shiku and Narset.
Right. You cast a creature and you get a second creature, which is kind of nice,
Yeah.
even if it's legendary. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. So wait, that was all your not Mr. Unlimited? That was a lot of cards. What is the total again on that?
That was just $18.16.
Jeez.
A lot of those second spell cards are really cheap because they're only going to target once per turn. You got to kind of work your deck around doing it multiple times before it gets back to you, and that's you kind of blow your load at that point. So,
all right, Mr.
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited gets kind of fun too. You got 7 choices there. Exalted Flamer of Stench.
Damn it, Reyes, the kid can't even read. You got it. You got it.
No, I didn't. It's from the Warhammer Precons.
You
But
got
2/4 at the beginning of
Can't
upkeep,
even
return an
read.
instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Yeah, it's really good in Spell Slingers.
It's really good. It's a $17, $25 card. Something.
Really?
It just keeps on
Jeez.
going up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in my Dragon's Approach deck. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Yep. Harmonic Prodigy is doubling the triggers of Shaman and Wizards that you control. You got a lot of them. Jeskai's Will is just another one of those cards. You're casting one, and it's going to help you cast more, so you'll automatically get to that second cast of a spell. Ledger Shredder also likes it when you're casting the second spell. This one's, Jeskai's Will is always good. Ledger Shredder is a $7 or $10 card at this point. It's gone down since it's rotated, but it just gets bigger and it's really good. Smothering Tithe, if you want to cast a bunch of spells, you want a lot of mana. Snapcaster Mage, it's flashbacking a card from your graveyard. It automatically is going to have you casting 2 spells that turn.
There you go.
And then Twinning Staff, whenever you copy a spell, you get to copy it again. This commander is copying spells, so why not do it again?
Sweet.
That's a $7, $8 card now.
Jeez.
So
Sweet.
that's that Jeskai deck right there.
Nice. If
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's
is it something you want to build that isn't? You don't want to buy the Precon, but is it a commander that you want to build? No. Okay.
Are you trying to talk me out of wanting to build Table?
No.
Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't know. What are
You feel
talking about?
guilty stealing my commander.
What?
No. I'm already doing the Mardu double damage one. We'll see how much. I don't even like building ducks anyway. It's fine.
Bunch of bullshit right there. All right. Before
I did build Zerta last week. If anybody wants to go check out that video.
I haven't
It doesn't
even
matter.
I didn't even
Oh, good
do
for you. Is that what we're doing?
That's what I was about to do. Damn it.
Oh, good for you.
All right.
We're about to hit that one. Are we gonna do the circling thing? Woo!
All right. Let me get this.
Man, that is.
Let me get
Yeah.
this a little adjusted here so we can.
It
see.
tells us who wins, right? We don't gotta go and fucking
Yeah.
read it.
But remember,
Okay.
we have to shuffle it. We did the shuffle 3 times, I think is what we did.
Yeah, we shuffled it 3 times and then we spun it 3 times.
Oh, wait, I can make this a little bigger so I can see it. Okay.
So this is for the foil Chrome Mox.
Yeah. and we will get a new one going next week. So if people want to check in next week to see what we got going on there. So
Yeah.
I am going to hit the shuffle button 3 times. Shuffle,
Okay.
shuffle,
Shuffle.
shuffle. And we
There
are
we go.
going to spin it 3 times. So the first one is you're not the winner. So just
Nope.
so you know.
The second one, also not the winner.
Yeah.
The third one.
And just a reminder, this is the foil chrome mox that is from the Double Masters set. So, all right, first spin. We will see who wins this. And thank you guys for participating and trying to win this. First one
Yeah.
isn't going to be a winner.
Doesn't
but
count.
it would have been Sal.
No.
We're not
All right,
removing
do it again.
Sal. All right, we're going to do it again. Sal, sorry.
Also doesn't count.
doesn't count. This one doesn't count. It's the third one. that
We're just
counts.
making sure it spins.
It would have been Guy. All right, this is the real one. All right,
All
ready,
right,
guys?
This is the real one.
This is the real one.
Real
Here we
deal.
go. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
I don't.
Oh, Token Joker!
Wow.
The
There
big
we
donation
go.
at the end. Congratulations.
Comes in and he closes it off and takes it home.
All right, let me just make a little note. I know I can go back to the thing and make sure, but I'm just going to write
Wow.
Token.
My heart was kind of
Congratulations.
beating there. That's crazy.
It's-
Congratulations on that one.
Congratulations
That's a
on that.
lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. That's funny because he was the biggest donation. Did not hit it the first 3 or first 2 spins. Hit it on the third one. So congratulations there. Thank you guys for participating in that. We'll have a new one going up next week, so be prepared for that one. We're just going to keep doing the raffle stuff. So let me close that out and let me get to my deck here. Got to move this.
All
so I
right.
can get there. Delete that one. All right. So we have Abzan Armor. So this little guy here is basically taking over, kind of, in a way, Arcades. Personally, that's what it's doing for me, because I think this is a deck I'm going to build because it's very similar to Arcades. What it is 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 black, 1 green. And it's an 0/5 human warrior. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they don't have defender. And then tap 3, sacrifice another creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard equal to its power. So this one, how did I go about this? What did I do here? Basically what I was doing. Oh no, I'm not doing, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Not building the deck here. We're talking about
Real
the value. We're talking about the value. Value, this is $45. Like it costs $45 to pick up this deck. At least
Not
when
bad.
I checked it.
That's
So that's
appropriate.
where it should be. In that, there's 2 cards that are over $10. One's 10 and one is 12, so it's just over $10. So the first one is Canopy Gargantuan. Wait, that might be the new one actually. No, okay. Let me take that one off there. So there's 1 card over $10. That is the Dragon Lord Dramoka. So let's get a CD Dragon Lord right there. We did just get the secret layer of this guy, but he is a $12 card. That's before everybody gets their secret layer. So this is also going to drop because we have a secret layer that just went out. It is sold out.
Yeah.
But this one will probably drop down a bit. But we do have 6 cards that are between $5 and $10, which is Welcoming Vampire at $8, Indomitable Ancients $8, Tree of Redemption $5, Seedborn Muse $8, Towering Titan $6, and Staff of Completion at $5. So that brings you, that total there is $40. And then they're between $2 and $5. We have 12 cards actually in there, so about $24 of value, which actually gives you a total value. I'm going to take off that $10 from their Gargantuan, down to $78. So $45 to buy the deck. It has $78 of value just in the cards that are 5 to 10. Pretty much is the same as what the value of the deck is. So $40 for that value. Of the new cards, I do like that Gargantuan. Actually, that is one of them. That's why I remembered. It's like, wait a second, that one should not be there. So let's start with the Canopy Gargantuan. It is 5 colorless, 2 green, a dragon, Flying Ward 2. It is a 7/7. So it's quite spendy to come out. But At
Yeah.
the beginning of your upkeep, put a number of 1/1 counters on each other creature you control equal to that creature's toughness. So your creature's just getting fucking huge. I know it's 7 to come out, but it's a dragon. It's huge. It has protection built in on itself. Yes, you have to wait for the upkeep. Be nice if it was end step because then you get it right away. But still, 7/7 flying ward for 7, and then the counters. This won't get the counters on it, but all your walls will. All your dragons. I think this goes in pretty much any dragon deck. I would think if you have green in it. So I really dig this one, and like I said, it's at $10 right now. We'll see what happens when everything.
I see that one dropping quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, for
Couple bucks,
the
but
CMC 7 is pretty
Yeah.
high there. The other one, I like this guy a lot. Little doggo right here. Arbor Adherent. 3 colors and 1 green for a dog druid. Hey, we got another druid here. It's a 2/4. You can tap it to give you 1 color, or you can tap it to give you X mana of any 1 color, where X is the greatest toughness among other creatures you control. So as long as you have another creature out that at least has a toughness 2 or higher, this taps for 2 or more. And so this is really good for, I mean, it's 4 to come out, but if you're playing a big creature decks, if you're playing, it fits perfect in this deck because of the walls, you're tapping it for 5, 6, 7 mana easily. This one seems pretty solid right there. And then the last one is Rampant Architect. I don't remember if that was a creature. I think they were all creatures. Yes. Rampart. Is that right? Rampart.
She can't even read.
it is Rampart. Yeah.
Okay. Rampart Architect. 3 colors, 1 green for an Elephant Advisor. 3/4. I love this. This doesn't just have to go in a wall deck, and this is why. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or attacks, create a 1/3 white wall creature token with Defender. Whenever a creature you control with Defender dies, you may search your library for a basic land, put that card on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's kind of like a deterrent from people attacking you because they're going to ramp you. You block with your 1/3, most likely theirs are bigger. It's going to hold back people from that. Or if you have sack outlets, you're able to ramp yourself at the same time. So you're sacrificing it to get a benefit or do something while also going to get a basic land and put it into play tap. So I don't think this just sits in wall decks. I think you could put this in. I don't want to depend on my opponents to allow me to get the basic land. I would put this in decks that is, yes, a wall deck, but to a way that you're using sacrificing creatures decks there. Or, I think that's where you would put it. I don't think it just sits in a wall deck. So I dig this one quite a bit. But yeah, those are the 3 that I thought were pretty interesting. The other ones are just, the new cards are like, man, I thought your dragon one had a lot more in it. This one had better options than my other deck that I did, but still not outstanding. It isn't, holy shit, this has to go in everything. I thought the Architect was the most interesting of the 3. The dog one,
I think
you
it's
could definitely,
interesting.
Yeah. The dog one you can use, but it still is a 4-drop mono rock that could be bigger, so that you can definitely use that in a lot of circumstances. But yeah. So all that being said, Lowry, gotta flip a page. $45 to buy this deck, $78 of value, and then the 3 new cards. Does that tickle your fancy? Is it worth it? It's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Are we gonna get one that we actually say is worth it?
Okay, so money-wise, the way that you're saying, we know that there's going to be a lot of loss when it comes to the reprints and stuff like that. But I think if you're interested in the deck, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I'm on.
I think if you're interested in this, now me personally, am I going to buy this deck? No. Multiple reasons. As something that me and Adam have talked about a few times over the last couple days. But basically, if somebody's into something, I'm not going to touch it. And I know that Adam's interested in this. And so a lot of these cards are going to kind of be off limits for me. Like, if I can fit them into another deck or another idea,
right,
I'll definitely pick them up as singles. But like, I know that these legends are essentially off limits for me. I'm not going to build them. It's not worth the $45 for me personally to purchase it. But again, and also you like the Arcades effect of being able to deal damage with the toughness, and that's why we tend to kind of fit into
our grooves.
Like when we like an idea, it's like, well, I want to move on from this, but I want to do something similar.
Right. And that's what I'm
So,
gonna do here. Is
Like you like mill, I avoid mill. You like the toughness thing that's going on. I tend to, because even the toughness thing is very similar to Phoenix. It's like a toughness mill deck, and that's kind of probably where all of this stems from. But then you got Arcades, and then you're moving into this, and so I think. And for some reason I keep on trying to make fight work. It's just I'm the guy that does energy decks.
Yeah.
Like it just
Calamax
just
decks.
kinda what
I mean,
happens.
I can never touch Calamax because you've made
Nope.
about 17 of them. You know, I mean,
God, I love that. I love the infect one's pretty cool. I'd say.
Yeah.
But-
So yeah, and like you said, I'm gonna kill my Arcades deck because it's as we were pre-cast talking. That was probably one of my first ones that I built on the cast.
Yeah,
and
I think
just
so.
don't play it anymore. It even has like, I don't know if it has tutors in it, but it has things I don't play with anymore. Oh, it has Cyclonic Rift in it. It has, all the things that I don't do anymore. Crater of Behemoth, all that. And so this, I think I'm going to build. I'm going to destroy Arcades and flip it over into this little guy here. So
I like the Nathroi Walls deck. That's a really good idea. Nathroi is a mutate card that, when you mutate it, you get to bring a bunch of creatures back with power X
oh yeah,
total.
Yeah, that
and
is
so
pretty
with
crazy.
walls, you just
You
bring
just
everything back. I love it.
Yeah. All right, so that is the deck there. Let's move on to the upgrades. So I need to go backwards on this. And where is it's my Abzan Armor. Okay, so like I got ahead of myself again before. I think this one is going to be kind of a fun deck. How I went with this, so I have 11 cards. What did I get for pricing here? $20 budget. I got down to $17.14. So yeah,
11
got
cards.
11 cards. So I got an array of things here. So we're
What
dealing.
does he do again?
Okay, so yeah, I'll read the commander again. Each creature assigns its combat damage equal to their toughness rather than their power. Creatures you control go attack as they don't have defender. Sacrifice another creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness, and then discard equal to its power. So yes,
Okay.
the first card, I think that's why you were questioning.
Yeah, I was
is
like, what the fuck is going on?
Archfiend of Ifnir. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of the walls that are in this deck and that you can add still have a power. So you're still discarding. So Archfiend of Ifnir, it's 3 colorless and 2 black, flying demon. Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a 1/1 counter on each creature your opponents control. So if this isn't out and you're wanting to just draw cards, you can sacrifice a wall that's an O whatever and draw all the cards and discard none. But if you want to kill off stuff, there's plenty. I made sure of that. I went through the deck and I was like, it's probably like 60-40 where creatures have maybe even higher. 70% of them have a power. And even if it has a power of 2, you're putting 2 -1/-1 counters on everybody's creatures besides yours. So I think this one's actually a pretty solid card in the deck, especially if you try to do the discard part. So that's what I like about this deck is like you could just focus on just doing walls, doing wall things, sacrificing to draw more cards, fill your hand out, play more walls, kill them with the walls. You know, they have big butts. But you could take advantage of the discard part of it and do synergies with that. You're in black. I mean, it likes using that kind of stuff.
Archfiend of Ifnir is probably one of the most underrated cards in Magic. The card is fucking bonkers. Because it's not just a creature or an opponent's creatures. It's all of your opponent's creatures getting not just -1/-1. It's -1/-1 counters. They stay.
Yeah.
And it just, if you're able to do that once a turn, if you're not getting, even in the low power kind of deck that you have going on, you're going to control the board turn 2.
Yep.
The second turn that's in play. I have it in my Raffine deck that can discard a lot of cards, and it's a game winner. It just rasps the board and then the next turn I can wrath the board. The card's bonkers.
Yep. I mean, I have. Oh, did I freeze? I did. Sweet. Oh, you froze too. But you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oh, now we're moving again.
It's fine. Yeah.
We're moving again. This is how I know I'm moving. So yeah, I was gonna say I even have the enchantment one in my Tom Bombadil deck that does the -1/-1 until end of turn when you're playing enchantments. Like that's still end of turn. Like you said.
Oh,
it's,
Doomwaker.
Yeah. This just stays on there. So this is just it's fantastic in this, and you can kind of plan it all out. All right, then Cauldron of Souls. You're sacrificing your stuff. Bring it back with -1/-1 counters. Be able to use it again. So we have a couple of effects on that. I don't even know how to say that.
Crenellated ball.
Thank you. So what I like about this is you can hit it.
She can't even read.
What I like about this is, yeah, it's a wall. It's an 0/4. It's colorless. It's an artifact. But the tapping to give the +4, it's like you're getting a +4 draw just by tapping this. You're not having to do it on this creature. It's target creature. So whatever you're sacrificing, hey, why don't I just draw 4 more cards with this? Super cheap. It's not expensive to pick this up. The funny thing is a lot of this stuff, I just grabbed my Arcades deck and I was like, oh, this isn't in the deck. Oh, this is fantastic. This is in the deck. So like Dust to Dawn, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. That's the key about the Arcades deck. How it wins is you have all your walls out and you just destroy everybody else's stuff because you do things like this, Dust to Dawn. You destroy everything with power 3 or greater. There are a couple Wraths in the deck that do similar things, especially there's a new one in there too. But adding more of those instead of you don't need to target one thing. You need these in there to get rid of everything else, and you're playing walls. So you're not that threatening unless your commander's out. But then also Dawn part of it, return all creatures with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. It brings back all your walls basically to your hand. So move this over here. Here we go. Fell the Mighty, again, destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. Luminous Broodmoth. I finally have a deck to put this in. So you're sacrificing. Now they're coming back. It's doing a similar thing to that Cauldron above, but they come back in with a flying counter. Most of the walls that I have in here do not have flying. I think there's maybe like 5. There might be 3 in the deck by itself, and then I might have added 1 or 2. If not in the budget part, definitely in the unlimited part. But Luminous, I want this in so many decks, and then I never put it in.
It's down below $2 right now.
I know. That's why I was able to put it here. Meek Stone, creatures with power 3 or greater don't untap during their controller's untap steps.
I don't like that.
Marin, you're sacrificing, so why not bring creatures back from your graveyard? So this allows you to bring it back, and if it's the mana cost is a little bit, so you might be able to bring them back into play, but at least you're getting recursion, So at the end of your turn, you're always bringing back something you got rid of. Psychosis Crawler, again, going back with that, you're drawing a crap ton. You could be drawing 7 cards and doing 7 damage to everybody. You could draw more than that if you're able to get one of your big butt walls and really pump it up. So Psychosis Crawler in drawing decks is fantastic. Wall of Junk, it's a 2-drop for an 07. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So Psychosis Crawler, think of that. You have this 07 out that costs you 2. Now you sacrifice it, you draw 7 and discard nothing. So it's just great. And then the last thing, Wall of Shards, it's a 1/8, Defender flying, cumulative upkeep, opponent gains 1 life. The nice thing here is when it's in my Arcades deck, I've never come across where I'm like, oh, I'm giving somebody too much life. Because it's a 1/8, it's doing 8 damage and it's flying. But in this, at least you have an option you can sacrifice it to draw 8 cards and discard 1 card. So there's always that there.
I mean, you don't have to pay the upkeep cost either.
True.
You can just be like, you're gonna gain too much life. Don't.
Yep.
And sacrifice it. But yeah, drawing 8 cards off of it, discarding 1 is gonna be good.
Yep, for a 2-drop there. So all right. So again, that was $17.14 for how many cards did I say again? There was 11 cards in there. So yeah, I think that one is great. All right, let's get into Mr. Unlimited. One more. Here we go.
Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited section. We'll go through this fast because there's 16 of them. Chroma's Will. Obviously, game winner. You're in a white.
Yeah.
That's going to get it. Athreos, I will explain a little bit because you're sacrificing. Let's make it so it either goes back to your hand or people lose more life. Aura Shards, you're playing a lot of creatures. Beat or kin to all. So this might be the other deck that I build, or it just fits in the deck. It's just really good because you have big butts. So what it is it's one of the new cards. At the end step, if creatures you control have toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. If it's 20 or greater, untap each creature control. And then if it's 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. Ridiculous, especially since it's not an upkeep. It's an end of turn. Love that because you can get it right away. Bone Miser. Bone Miser's like a $30 card now. Did you know that?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It went up with the Hashtama.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, actually, when I put it in here, I realized that at that time. And I was like, oh, that's probably because of the freaking last set. But anyways, again, if you're doing the discard part, you're able to take advantage of it. You're getting the 2 land, you're drawing cards, you're getting zombies. So I think this is fantastic. Dictate of Erebos, you're sacrificing. You could do a lot of effects like that if you wanted to. I just showed the one that you could have in there. Ensnaring Bridge, your creature's going to attack because their power is, nothing, but theirs won't be able to. Heroic Intervention, you're in green. Lifeline, you're sacrificing. Let's bring it back at the end of turn. Monument to Endurance, whenever you discard a card. So again, we're doing the discard. You draw a card, you get a treasure token, or an opponent loses 3. Each opponent loses 3 of life. And then we got one that you talked about in your other deck, Ramus Igor Ancient Shield. So you're getting an 0/3 defender when you cast your second spell. So it's just helping you with the defender stuff. Shield Sphere, 0-drop wall for an 0/6. So that's always good. Skull Clamp, Teferi's Protection, Tree of Perdition, Wave of Reckoning are the last of the Mr. Unlimited. So I want to hear everything else. If you guys want to do a different style, other things you want to put in there, I think this one's a lot of fun. I like this deck a lot just because it reminds me of Arcades, and now I can update it. So, all right. That is that. Lowry, do you want me to just go to your deck then instead of going to the...
Yeah, I'd say do that again.
Okay. And
that worked out.
What is our last deck name again?
And next, the last one's going to be Mardu Surge, which is the red, white, black one. All right. Is it worth it? Let's see here. The commander is going to be Zergo Storm Render, a red and a white and a black for a 3/3 orc warrior. It has mobilize 1, so when it attacks, you get a 1/1 attacking creature, and you got to sacrifice it at the end step. And then whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses a life. So it's really, this is a really cool one. It sounds like Alex is thinking about making it, but so it allows you to be aggressive with your tokens. You're either drawing cards or having them lose life, and that all of that is good stuff for a token deck. Secondarily, this is a token deck for the Precon. That's what you got going on. And you have, in reprint wise, you have about $68 in value. The one card you have that's over $10 is Grand Crescendo at 14.
Oh, that's the
That's
indestructible
the
one.
X-Spell that gives you tokens and indestructible to all your creatures.
Like it.
And then other cool ones that you have in there is like Adeline, which is $4, but when it attacks, you create tokens. You get Gix, Yawgmoth's Praetor, which was the one that, like, whenever you deal damage for a creature, anybody, to an opponent, you can pay a life and draw a card. So if you deal somebody damage with 5 creatures, you can pay 5 life to draw 5 cards and stuff like that. That was like a $10 card, but it has dipped slightly. You have Hero Blade Hold, you have Skull Clamp in here, you have Lightning Greaves again, Takasi is Welcome, Divine Visitation, which is a $5 card still. It's great. It just got reprinted in Ravnica Remastered a year ago. Then you have Shattered Sanctum, which is $7, but that should probably go down. Wasn't this a red-black uncommon from Mom, or I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't think so. But this is $68 in value. Not a lot of bad cards by any means, especially if you're wanting to be really aggressive. this very much feels like an Ishin of Two Heavens deck from Kamigawa. That's how I kind of looked at it a bit.
What was the value, or how much does it cost to buy this deck? Do you know?
I didn't see. I didn't look at this one either.
Well, why do you talk about the new cards? I'll look up and see what the deck price, so we can kind of get an idea.
All right. So out of the 3 new cards that I'm going to talk about, the first one's going to be Anok.
Hang on, moving that
to
out
the
of
top.
Sorry.
All right. Anok, Strike Leader, 1 and a white for a 2/2 dog warrior. But whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander, for each opponent, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. And then you get to sacrifice Anok, Strike Leader, and creature tokens you control gain indestructible until end of turn. This is definitely a couple dollar card right out the gate, and I can see that especially for token decks. Something that can protect your tokens on the battlefield generally isn't going to be really expensive, but when you attack with it and your commander, you're creating essentially 6 goblin tokens that are attacking. I think it's going to do a lot of work at 2 mana. Everything that's similar that like attacks and creates tokens, that's 3 mana. That's a 3 mana thing, and this is protection on top of it. So I really like this one.
And it's pointed out in the Discord for the longest time. They're like, that's definitely a cat. That's not a dog. The dog's on top riding the cat. So
it's a dog riding a cat, and it is misleading.
Yeah.
I agree. Next one I'll talk about is Iron Will Forger, 3 and a white orc artificer, and it has lieutenant, which knows that we're going to deal with the commander. But at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains myriad until end of turn.
Ooh,
so giving cards myriad is
Duke
really good from what
like
I've
this
learned with
lot.
Duke.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
You like it a
Duke,
lot.
I will get
Giving
2
more
things that
cards
give-
myriad?
yeah, more
Yes,
of it.
please. And myriad works perfect with Zergo in this regard because they're sacrificed at end of combat, I believe, but they're sacrificed during that turn no matter what. They're tokens, so you're either
Exiled, yep.
draining or drawing.
Your commander you're talking about. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's myriad's a sweet mechanic in this deck. You have Legion Loyalty in the deck already as the 8 mana enchantment that gives everything loyal myriad. So
nice.
And then the last one, which is really kind of cool, Redoubled Storm Singer, 2 and a red for a 3/3 orc wizard. First strike, whenever this creature attacks, for each creature token you control that entered this turn, create a tapped and attacking token that's copy of that token. At the beginning of next end step, sack them. And so it's kind of like a token doubler that has to sacrifice and it has to attack. There's a lot more hoops than Anointed Procession, but it's creating a ton of tokens for Zergo. Anything that's blocked and killed, you get to draw cards. Anything at end of turn that you're sacrificing, they're going to lose a bunch of life.
Yeah, it fits
This
perfect
card
in the
seems
deck.
really good in this deck specifically, but also just like token decks that are red. Like Goblin decks, I feel like a Krenko deck likes this, even though it's not a Goblin.
No, that for sure. Add in the double tokens with all that. That's going to be pretty nice. But they have to be attacking. Creature. Oh no, entered this turn. It doesn't mean-
So
They
so
don't have to be
it's
attacking.
Krenko taps, creates 6 goblins,
Then you
attack
make
with
ones that
Redoubled
are
Store Singer. You get
tapped and
6
attacking.
more.
Yeah.
Maybe untap Krenko to make double that.
And if
I
they
don't
have
know.
if they have propaganda out, it avoids the propaganda tax right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did look it up. It is $48 for this deck. So
basically normal price.
yeah. So what was the value that you had with all the
On the
reprints?
reprints alone is $68.
Okay. So we got.
And so we're getting into, is it worth it? $68 in reprint value. Some cool
It's
new
time
cards.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
What was the expense? How many cards were the over $10?
You just had Grand Crescendo.
Okay. I mean, the value's there. Like, right? We're $20 over. We got some pretty sweet new cards here. I mean, personally, I'm not going to, but I think it is worth it. Like, this is, I like to see the value over what we're paying for the deck. So for me, how good was the secondary commander? Was the secondary commander pretty good?
There was like a lot of reading, so I didn't do that.
Can you hit that? Wait, no, I can.
She can't even read.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say it's worth it. Only because of the value wise. I'm not gonna buy it. Like you said in the last deck, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy this one. I'd pick off singles because I have a lot of the stuff, and I'd have to want to build what it's doing. But I think the value's there. I mean, you're not spending $100 and getting no value there. You know, you're getting equal value. This is at least $20 over. So even with some of these dips that come down, I think it's worth it. I think this one's worth it. What are you thinking with this one?
I also agree. I'm in the worth it camp, especially if you're interested in the deck. For sure, go for it. And again, I'm probably not going to buy this one. I don't know if I'm really, I'm really stingy on my precons at this point.
Yeah.
It's
It's funny. It's such a reverse from when we started this podcast. It was like, buy the
Get 'em.
precons, buy the precons, get them. They have value. And now
but
it's
they
like,
used to do them only once a year.
yeah, that was the big thing. And that was
Now it's every set,
yeah,
and it's a lot.
yeah. And it's not like the garbage ones where they started doing that like
Yeah.
every set, but they're garbage. There's one good card in it, and that's it. Now it's like they're decent, really good. I mean, they're good decks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just
The
there's
problem
too
is
much.
that the things are being adjusted for the value that's in the deck, and that's what becomes problematic. So if you can get the expensive decks, the Sultai and the Temur decks at price, that $45, $55 range,
pull
get
the
'em.
trigger. Yep, for sure.
Pull the trigger for sure. But the problem is that if it's $85, $100, I'm not going to tell you to go spend that kind of money. And then here, being under $50, I think this is totally worth it. It's going to be good cards. You got a lot of good attack triggers. It's a token deck. A lot of these cards fit in a lot of different types of decks. So yeah, and I think you have at least a lot of new cards that can go into a lot of different token decks as well. So
Yep.
I think this is worth it to buy it, to use them. They're good.
All right, cool. All right, we are over that 2-hour mark, man. This is a long episode with 5
I
decks
have
here.
a feeling that was
And
gonna
a
happen.
secret layer in there. All right. We want to hear what you guys think about which decks you're going to pick up. If you're going to pick up any, you're going to do singles. Probably throw up a poll on YouTube's there later to see what you guys are all thinking with it. Don't forget, if you haven't picked up the secret layer, if it's still available, check that out. Get that going. If you're listening, hopefully jump on the site and see if it's still there, because it's definitely a good buy there. So, all right, gang, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I gotta find the end. There it is.
I love boobs. I'm
Your
talking
buttons
tatas.
change on your
I love
board?
boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers.
I just had to pen it in.
love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Ba-doo.